For the last couple of weeks, we've been learning about how to undo mistakes when using Git. We've learned how to undo staging a file and how to undo committing a file. We also learned how to stash our changes when we forgot to pull down the latest code changes from the main branch and how to restore our changes after we've pulled. Today, we're going to learn another useful skill, how to fix a merge conflict. A merge conflict is what happens when you try to merge changes from your branch into the main branch, but you don't have the latest code changes. Usually in these lessons, I have you following along with what I'm doing. But since merge conflicts are kind of tricky to create, even though it seems so easy to create them accidentally, I'm just going to show you what a merge conflict looks like and the steps to resolve it. To see how a merge conflict comes about, I'm going to show you in a practice repo that I created. So first, let's take a look at the main branch. We can see in the main branch, I have a file called myfirstfile.txt. If we click through on that and we go to the history, we can see that the very first thing I did was I added the file with one line in it. This is my first file. Now let's go over to the branch 1 that I created. So what I did was I pulled down the main branch, then I created branch 1, and then I made a change. So this was the change I made. In line 2, I wrote, this is a change to my first file. Then I committed the code and I merged it into main. So now when we look at the main branch, we can see we've got line 1, which was the original line, and line 2, which I added. So the next thing I did was I created a new branch, which was my second branch, without pulling down the code from the main branch. So here in branch 2, you can see I've got line 1, but I didn't have line 2. I added something different to line 2. So then I committed that change and I did a pull request to merge it into the main branch. But now we have a conflict. So Git notices the difference between one line and another. It saw on branch 2 that on line 2, I originally had nothing, and then I had this line, this is a different update to my first file. But in the main branch, line 2 is not blank. Line 2 says, this is an update to my first file. So GitHub doesn't know what to do to merge it in. That is a merge conflict. So let's go to our pull request. And here's my change from branch 2. And you can see the message that this branch has conflicts that must be resolved. So here's how I'm going to resolve it. I'm going to click the Resolve Conflicts button. And we can see here that GitHub is trying to explain to me what's different between what I want to change and what the main branch has. So in between this line here on line 4 and this line that says main, this is what the main branch has. And here, between this line, line 2, where it says branch 2, and the dotted lines right here, this is what the branch that I created has. So what I need to do is I need to find a way to fix it. So first I'm going to just delete this branch 2 line. And then I'm going to take this is a change to my first file, and I'm going to put it in line 2 because I know that that's where it was in the main branch. And then I'm going to delete this change here. So now I've got line 2, which should match the main branch. And then my new change, I'm going to put in line 3. So then I can click the Mark as Resolved button. And now everything looks good. So now I can go ahead and commit that merge. And now it says I've got no conflicts, and now I can merge the pull request. And now when we go back and we look at the main branch, we can see that I've got my change. Sometimes when using Git, we can get so confused that we have no idea how to fix our merge conflicts. When this happens, I usually just delete my entire repository and clone the project all over again. This can seem scary, but as long as you've saved your file changes in some other folder outside of the project, you won't lose anything. Follow along with me to see how easy it is to delete a repo and clone it again. So I've already saved any changes that I made to some other folder. And so now I'm just going to find my first repository folder and I'm going to move it to the trash. And now it's gone. Now I can go back to GitHub and I can clone the project all over again. I'll CD to the folder where I want to clone the project. And I'll run the git clone command. And now my repo is back. I can even CD to my repository. And I can do either a dir if I'm in Windows or an ls if I'm in a Mac. And I can see all of my files. And now I can add back in whatever changes I had made before I had my merge conflict and got hopelessly confused. Thanks for watching this video. If you found my training helpful, please like this video and share it with others. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single lesson. If you're enjoying Monday Morning Automation and you'd like to learn even faster, be sure to check out my book, The Complete Software Tester, which is available in Kindle and paperback on Amazon.com.